Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Good to be here once again. And today is Thursday, the 8th of February. And we are here to do a recap of last night's OnPassive 360, where we had the great pleasure of having our CEO, Ash Mufarah. Alongside him, we had the three Mohammeds: Mohammed Kamal, Mohammed Nasal, and Mohammed Moral. There you go. Yeah. Morad, even pretty close. Obviously, myself, Chris, and Marty. Really good to hear them. Before we get into that, one small update. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you are an Android user, the OES has been updated a couple of times today. They're obviously testing something in the background there. So make sure you have the most up-to-date OES app so that you have the best experience moving forward. But they're certainly working in that area, and it was quite exciting. He set itself back now. So yesterday, obviously, we saw our CEO. I said the day before, didn't I, that I was pretty confident that we would see him, and luckily he did turn up. We do the same thing every week, guys, and that is we send him an invite with the link for him to come on, and obviously if he can spare the time, he comes on and he updates us all. I always like to start the recap in the same manner as I do before, and that is look at body language. I do this every single time, and wasn't it great to see all four of them very relaxed, intensively listening to each other, agreeing with each other, but more importantly, they had a very relaxed manner about them. This is always, in my opinion, a good thing. It means that they feel that they are in control with what is going on. It means that they know what is happening and where we are going. And for me, yesterday's 360 was an amazing webinar for all of us to take on board. If you have not seen it, there is recordings on some of the YouTube channels, this one included. And obviously, there is the written recap in your OFounders back office that was done by our quartet, Janet, Dan, Peter, and Daryl Cook. They have done. If you weren't excited and confident and euphoric and positive about where OnPassive is going and heading after listening to our CEO and the Mohammeds yesterday, then maybe this isn't for you. I mean, I was completely blown away by the information we had yesterday. Some very excited read between the lines, and I will hopefully be able to decipher all of that for you as we are going through and moving through the recap. Okay, so without further ado then, okay, I've just had a message off Marty. Just wait 1 second. Hang on, just 1 second, guys. Okay. Let's see then. Okay, let's get going. Sorry about that. That was Marty who was just texting me. Okay then, so Ash came on after we'd done our little bit for 360, and he said, great, thank you to the three of us for having us on 360 today. He said he agreed with me that the recap was informative, and the website this week, it took us to a whole new level, and he would like to keep that style. Great news, in my opinion, because I said, didn't I, on Monday, and Tuesday that the website for me really stepped up a notch as far as what it was showing. Absolutely loved it. So that was good that he agreed with me. He also said, we have so much going on around the clock every day. We would love to share so much with you to keep you informed. But unfortunately, internally, we have to keep it amongst ourselves for now. He said, unfortunately, we have people who leak things, and obviously we need to be even more secure with how we release information. It is indeed a powerful moment and promising where we are right now. In a broad way, with no details, here is what I can say. And then he said I'd let Mohammed Kamal and Nasal to say a few words. He then went on to talk about commissions, OConnect, an AI update that he touched on towards the end. So let's start with commissions then. He said the payouts are in process, and there are some steps that you guys, if you have requested a withdrawal, have to do able to verify the process. And this comes via an email, either to your alternative email or to your OMail. Okay, and there is also going to be a verification process from the merchants. Okay, this is not OVERIFY. This is nothing to do with OnPassive. This is wholly to do with the merchants that they are using, and you will have to do a couple of verification steps through a link on the email that is sent to you. So really is imperative and important that you keep an eye on your OMail and your alternative emails, and as soon as you get that email, that you respond to it within a timely manner and go through the steps that they required you to do. The reasons we are not opening more products and letting you pay again for OConnect, okay, you can do the maths on this. They really do want to get that backlog of pending withdrawals out of the way, okay, before they release any more products and allow us to pay for OConnect one more time, not one more time, to allow us to purchase OConnect once again. Remember, guys, whilst we're on the subject of purchasing OConnect, once again, everything that our CEO said previously is still intact. Okay, he is adamant and working towards making sure that people only come out of pocket twice. That was once to become a founder. He's given us that money back. And the second time out of pocket is to activate that account. If you have already done this, do not worry. Okay, the company are going to do everything within their power to make sure that people do not have to go out of pocket again. Okay, so stick with us and just stay calm, relaxed, knowing that the company are doing everything to work towards that. Also, he said that the next time we sell OConnect, it will be at a different price, and also the new release. And there was some information about the new release which came from Mohammed Murad as well. So we'll go to that in a bit. He said, in the past few years, I really personally planned a variety of pays and the type of work and business that we have to validate everything through the legal processes. And I can tell you that the number of structures created that I can count one day, but they are numerous, that's for sure, have been shared with legal and abroad to make sure that it is okay. Some countries think that the payouts are too good to be true, and so they can't be real, and they've had to amend things drastically as far as what we initially wanted as far as payout structure was concerned, because of legalities, because of compliance, because of countries, etc. But one thing's the problems, and there He said there are people both inside and out of the organization that don't like how generous we are with our pay structures, so they are trying to create problems. He said this has forced us to close all loopholes. It takes time, he said, but in the long run it will be a major benefit for the long-term stability of our payment system. It made us be more creative and cleverer and build a new foundation, and many would have not done so because they are not being targeted. Normally, he went on to say as well, when businesses first start, they build, they expand, they build, they expand, and this is over a period of time. And so they do not get people targeting them because they are building from a very small base into a large base. Unfortunately, OnPassive has been targeted because we built 100% of what we are doing, and unfortunately, because we are so big now, nearly over 3 million users strong, people are looking at us already. He said because they are not being targeted, we built 100% of what we are doing now so that we can take control of this process. If you know what we are talking about, that is great, because I can't say it openly. We could start now with a fancy price and get it out there now, but we want to give to you guys. We want to give back to the affiliates. So what is he talking about here? He is talking about payment processors. And I've said on numerous occasions, and he said on numerous occasions, that it is something that they want to bring in-house. And it certainly sounds that that is well on the road at the moment. And obviously we will get more details of it as it transpires and it moves forward. It has always been the wish of the company to have everything in-house. And I ran through this the other day with single sign-on and data centers, multi-regional and domain names, hosting. And the last part of that puzzle to bring in-house is payment processors. And this is what they've been working on. Why? Because they've had to accelerate this process because of the problems that we have had over the last 5-6 months with payment processors. And obviously they've accelerated where they are. So all good news. He said we are keeping the transparency and protecting it. It's because we are choosing to lift humanity, and we can only do that by lifting you up as well. Very important part, that is. So I'm going to read that once more. We are keeping the transparency and protecting it. And because we are choosing to lift humanity, but we can only do this by lifting you up. Definitely read between those lines. We are approaching the finish line, and then everything we want to do, we can do legally and securely. We are known by our generosity, and we give more than we should, and we enjoy it, and it's our passion, and it's why we are making all of this. He actually went on to say a little bit about as well. Nafiso, thank you for rejoining the Tea Club. He actually went on to say a little bit about that, didn't he? That the difference between what we are doing and why we want to give back has been really the thorn in their sides, because they could have just opened a business, ran it normally as it was, but it wouldn't have benefited us, the normal everyday person. And this is why they are adamant. And this is actually Mohammed Nassal said this as well. The more that people push against them, the more it makes them dig their heels in and fight for us. And it really was fantastic words that they were coming out with, and giving me such a sense of pride in the company that we have these amazing people at the top fighting tooth and nail for the benefit of us, and knowing that my future is going to be secured because of these amazing people, because they haven't caved in, because they haven't given up, because they have fought through the problems to make a company where 98% of the people are going to succeed, not the 3% that normally succeed in normal business structures, but the 98% are now finally going to succeed because of what they have done and because of OnPassive. Really was good. The last thing he moved on to then was AI, artificial intelligence. He said it is the commodity of the century. In the 60s, it was the race for the moon, and then the race for oil, and the dot-com boom, Silicon Valley, etc., and many others along the way. All those races created something good for humanity. And when there is competition, you have to sell value on what's attractive. And then, for example, he said then everybody will like what you're selling. He said, but the trouble is, he said that some of these countries didn't have the resources for the oil, for the gas, for the gold, etc. So they were left out of the race because they didn't have those natural resources. Now bring in artificial intelligence. Around 220 countries all have the capability to be in that race. Why? Because it's a commodity that every single country can tap into. It's a commodity that gives everybody the ability to be in that race. So he said, who will get there first and who will lead that game? We understand, he said, it's not an easy game. So if you talk about SpaceX, Tesla, then they don't lack resources. Elon Musk's. They have the finances and the resources and equipments for what they want to do and what they want to achieve. Why do we get in the game, in the AI race? Because everyone has a chance. And why don't people quit when Google and Meta are also in that game? Quite simply, because we are trying to do something in OnPassive that the rest of the competition are not doing. We know AI because we do it with heart. And this is the big difference, is that we are doing something with artificial intelligence that the rest of them are not doing it. We are producing AI with heart. And this is what's going to bring the value, and this is what's going to bring the difference. He said the only company that focuses is in this way is us. We do not focus on the money, but we can make a control of how we do our things. We are not looking at the money side of things. We are looking at how much value we can create for our customers, users, and affiliates. He then invited Mohammed Murad in, and he talked a little bit about OConnect. And he said, I'm just going to give you a fast update about OConnect. And he says it's focusing at the moment on stability and scalability. With the new version, he said, you will notice a lot of new designs and dashboards. This is thanks to Mohammed Nassal and his team. He said, we are on track and it will be available very soon. Also, he mentioned OVERIFY. He said also that application is coming very soon. We then heard from Mohammed Nassal. He said, we are busy making some amazing stuff and very soon things will be shaking everywhere. Everything that is going on fuels us more because we know that we are in a league of our own. That goes back to what we were talking about AI. We then heard from our COO, Mohammed Kamal. He said, we are happy to have Chris with us today and wish him to get well soon. Obviously, you heard the update about Chris. He's staying in hospital. His lungs just aren't quite patched up yet. But obviously, we'll keep you informed on that. Mohammed went on to say all teams are here and we have another meeting coming up with people and big talents in the AI field. A big team is onboarding right now, and you'll find these exciting features real soon. Now, Ash actually expanded on that as well. I'll go into that in a moment. He said, we had very productive meetings yesterday as well as today and scheduled some also for tomorrow. You will see very big prestigious events in March, and we will announce it because we are doing it is not what we are doing is not a small feat. He said what is happening recently is very massive, and we have exciting news coming very soon. He said, to be honest, rest assured, all is going in the right track and all in the right way. And whatever you are dreaming is big, but you need to dream a lot bigger than your imagination is allowing you to right now. Ashby Farah then came back on. He said that the heads we are onboarding now are Einstein's style, and you will meet them. Lots of PhDs, professors across the UK and California, the Gulf, Hong Kong, and the heads are really like Einstein nerds. He said, I have to have fun with them. They are inventors, they're pioneers, and they have built companies, and now they are onboarding to OnPassive. Why are they coming to OnPassive? Why do you think they are coming to OnPassive? It's not about the money. It's not about the technology, but it's about what they can do for humanity. That's why people come to OnPassive, because they know that they can make a difference. Here's what's happening, he said. When you get approached and have people like Mohammed Nassal joining, they are not individuals. They have followers, he said. We are going to be dominated, and we are going to dominate due to the experts that are joining us right now. He said, listen, we have this, we've got it, and we've got it to go onto the next level. That is the recap from yesterday. As you can hear from my voice, it was very exciting, and we are in an extremely good place as far as OnPassive is concerned, and things are going to be happening very shortly, guys. Everything is in place. Nothing's getting left behind. Nobody's getting left behind. Andrew Colhern, thank you so much, my friend, for your super sticker. That's very kind of you. You know, we are in an amazing position with OnPassive. Some people don't actually quite know it. Some people think they know it, but actually don't really, in their gut and heart, believe it. But I can assure every single one of you that you are going to be looked after. That OnPassive is the vehicle to finally realize your dreams for yourself, your family, and people around you.